the new Canamat 2 series, featuring twin-roll beading, processing cans with diameters between 99 and 153 millimeters, and all with a smaller machine size. Let's have a closer look at the details with a 153mm food can and a 127mm can for milk powder. The machine configuration for the 127mm milk powder can consists of a die flanging station with 4 heads, a twin roll beading station with 8 heads, and a roll seaming station with 4 heads. In the die flanging station, the bodies are clamped between the conical sections of the tools. Both flanges of the body are formed during the upward stroke of the lower die without any rotating elements in turret or tooling. The main advantages of die flanging are the simple, robust design, minimal flange width variation, and hardly any lacquer or tin abrasion. The can body enters the twin roll beading station supported by guides and is held by 2 segment pockets during lift-up. As soon as the working position has been reached, the outer beading roll advances towards the inner roll to start the beading process. During beading, the can body is only clamped by the profiles of the beading rolls. When beading is complete, the outer roll moves backwards, freeing the can body for the stroke downwards. One special feature of the new twin roll beader is the use of a separate motor to drive the rolls, which means that the number of revolutions the can completes during the beading process is now flexible. This example provides a virtual demonstration of the different settings. The number of revolutions can be set to between 4 and 8 on the machine panel. This facilitates smooth, continuous beading to enable uniform beads throughout the circumference and height of the can, easy adaptation to the material used to ensure the best beading results, and the forming of large, deep beads. At the end of the lift-up operation, the spindles carrying the inner and outer roll are guided and supported by the base plate. This essentially contributes to uniform bead depths throughout the height of the body. Furthermore, the piston rod of the base plate is spring-loaded. If the lift-up is blocked by a faulty can body, only the spindle itself completes the final stroke to prevent any damage to the tools. The overload is sensor-controlled and stops the machine immediately. The beading rolls are easily set by simply adjusting the eccentric mounting of the outer roll. The new twin-roll beading system in the Canamat 2 makes for consistently excellent beading quality. The results of any test cans are convincing. The extraordinary evenness of the beads throughout the circumference meets all high standard requirements and has a positive impact on the panelling and axial load of the cans. The ends are conveyed to the machine using a long stack unit for convenient loading. The reliable destacking of the large ends is ensured by the controlled level weight in the end feeding chute. seaming is done by 2 operations in one station using the sophisticated Canamat roll seaming devices, which include the simple and easy setting of the seaming rollers. In the first operation, the end is curled around the flange to form the seam by 7 revolutions. The second seaming operation compresses and straightens the seam in 3 revolutions. The manufacturing of 127mm cans for milk powder, an example of efficient, high-quality production. The machine configuration of the 153mm food can is a little different from the previous example. A spin flanging station is used here to enable the processing of very thin, hard, double-reduced material as well. The driven flanging rollers rotate in the opposite direction to the tool. The lower and upper tool also rotate in opposite directions. As a result, the body need not be clamped because the roller heads do not exert any torque on the body. The lower tool performs the working stroke, during which the flange is sequentially formed by the flanging rollers, both in the lower and upper tool. The initially formed polygon disappears once the flange has reached a certain width. After this point, the body remains round. The twin roll beading station remains the same, but is now equipped with the beading rolls for the 153mm food can. If the can height has to be changed, no height change parts are required for the can body lift and can body feeding elements. This beading system enables uniform beads throughout the circumference and height of the can, even with double reduced materials. All the typical problems encountered with conventional rail beading are eliminated. There are no displaced beads, no spiral beads, no wrinkles, no significant deviations in bead depth, and no start-end point problems. The measured beading results speak for themselves. The can is finished in the well-known roll seaming station, which takes advantage of the Cantech roll seaming system and keeps the machine size very small. To complete this configuration, the machine is equipped with the unit for test can ejection. The new Canamat 2 series, technology that keeps you ahead, boosting can quality to a new level.